All right, guys, we are back with another edition of Let's Talk About It / coming in hot, still working out the kinks. We got a lot to talk about today, though. Rocking a Jarrell Freeman Colts jersey because we are going to be talking about the Indianapolis Colts and Carson Wentz. But first, let's jump into the bullshit and let's talk about it. David Bakhtiari restructures his deal, saves the Packers about another $10 million on their cap there, and chipping away, down about 25-ish million on the cap. That's great news for the Packers. They are attempting to do a deal with Aaron Rodgers. They're attempting to structure a deal for Aaron Rodgers, and what everybody appears to believe is that he's going to announce later today on the Pat McAfee show on his Aaron Rodgers Tuesday what he's going to do. Come back, trade, or retire. Again, Aaron Rodgers is going to be a Green Bay Packer in the 2022 season. Aaron Rodgers will be a Green Bay Packer in the 2022 season. Do I need to say it louder for the people in the back? Aaron Rodgers will be a Packer in 22. Okay, I've said it enough times. I think you all got the picture on that. Aaron Rodgers will be a Packer in the 2022 season. He's not going to Denver. He's not going to the Raiders. He ain't going nowhere. He's the first domino to fall. I get it. Does Russ want to be traded? Does Kyler Murray want to be traded? Is Carson Wentz going to get traded? The free agent quarterbacks, where are they going to go? Bridgewater, Minshew, Mariota, Winston, they all want to go somewhere. None of them are going to Green Bay. Mitchell Trubisky's also a free agent. Speaking of Mitchell Trubisky as an option, New York Giants likely declining Daniel Jones. Not surprising. Daniel Jones has not been that great. He's a very high draft pick. He has been mediocre at best. But Brian Daboll did some great things with Josh Allen. Can Brian Daboll do those same great things with Daniel Jones? I don't know. I really don't know. But I think Daniel Jones has the most going for him because Brian Daboll is going to be his head coach. Because I think that Brian Daboll can do great things with him. I do, however, I'm skeptical if Daniel Jones is the right guy. I don't think he's the right guy. Ali Marpet of Hobart Williams Smith College in Geneva, New York, a short 20-minute drive from where I went to college, retiring at the age of 28. Former D3 prospect, goes to the Buccaneers, becomes one of the best guards in football, retiring at the age of 28. Speaking of the Bucs, their creamsicle uniforms are going to be back in 2023. Honestly, one of the better uniforms in football. As much as I hate the Buccaneers, I do think those uniforms are super dope. And I wouldn't mind getting like an old Testaverde. And I'm just kidding. I don't want a Testaverde jersey. I'd get like a John Lynch or a Mike Allstott or Warren Sapp or something. I'd go old school with that. Dope jerseys. Glad they're bringing them back. Saints are exploring the idea of re-signing Jameis Winston. Fucking duh. Dude, come on. Jameis Winston was starting to play out of his mind with the New Orleans Saints. Like, out of his mind. Most improved, comeback player of the year. I don't care. Give him whatever the hell he wants to get. Jameis Winston absolutely deserves to, one, be on an NFL team. He deserves to be a starter on an NFL team. And a torn ACL shouldn't stop him. Too many players come back from torn ACLs. Not even worried about it. And he posted a workout video today. He looked very good doing goofy Jameis Winston stuff, which I think is hilarious. And I love it. Excuse me. Jameis Winston should be a starting NFL quarterback this year. Likely for the New Orleans Saints. Or the Bucs. That would be funny. Go back to the Bucs and save the franchise. Tom Brady comes in, wins the Super Bowls. So he's out of town. He gets his eyes fixed. Boom, comes back and dominates. All right, so the 24 draft finalists for cities are Detroit, Green Bay, Washington. Host cities for the draft 2024. Green Bay, Detroit, and Washington. I wanted a Green Bay. I'm not close to any of those three cities, so it doesn't really matter, but I would want it in Green Bay, of course. According to Ian Rappaport, the Packers are, and Rodgers are working on according to Rappaport, the Packers are preparing a deal to make Aaron Rodgers the highest paid quarterback in football. A short-term deal, likely 2-3 years max. Not surprising. Should be short. Highest paid, I get it. We'll be very interested to see what those numbers look like, how that shakes out. Their cap situation is real rough, so whatever they can do to make that better, for sure. All right, 2022 games. London home teams: Green Bay, New Orleans, Jacksonville. Who they're going to play, I don't know yet. Jacksonville and Las Vegas is playing the Hall of Fame game August 4th. Countdown to football August 4th. Awful game. Las Vegas and Jacksonville. This game already sucks. This makes it worse. Whatever. Overtime rules possibly going to be changed in the future. Colts have proposed that just each team gets a possession in overtime. Colts. Of course. Colts proposed that both teams get a possession in overtime after the debacle that was the Chiefs-Bills game where Patrick Mahomes got the ball, drove straight down the field, scored a touchdown, game over. I like it. How the proposal is formed, how it's set up. Interested. Is it like college rules? Is it both teams get a possession, and if you're tied after that, next score wins? Like, how's it going to work? I want college rules. Battle it out. Battle it out. Put the ball in third. Put the ball in 25. Let's go. Why not? One team goes from 25, they score a touchdown, boom. Next team's got to score a touchdown. You don't, kick a field goal. Hope the other team kicks a field goal too. If they don't, they score a touchdown. Shit, game over. Whatever. I don't give a shit. Go for it. I'm about it. Supposedly, with skepticism, a little bit, Mike Zimmer openly blasted Kirk Cousins. Well, he's with the 95% of NFL fans who also blast Kirk Cousins on a daily fucking basis. Kirk Cousins is a stat writer, and he's dog shit. He cannot win big games. He's trash. Kirk Cousins sucks. But guess what? Kirk Cousins also influenced the hiring of Kevin O'Connell, who loves Kirk Cousins. You paid him a bunch of fucking money. You might as well let him be your quarterback. You paid him all of the money. He's a bag of dicks. Sean Payton had a second meeting with Amazon for their Thursday Night Football opening. Sean Payton's going to get all the money. Sean McVay supposedly turned down $100 million from Amazon for that Thursday night gig. Sean Payton's going to get paid. He's going to get paid half the amount. Probably $100 million if he takes it. Kyler Murray wants a long-term deal. It's not shocking. Apparently, Kyler Murray presented a contract to the Cardinals and said, listen, this is what I want. Bro, that takes some balls. Like, big old balls. For you to walk your agent after 3-4 years into the office and say, listen, here's my contract demands. This is what I want. You got some stones on you for Napoleon Complex. Little dude. Little Kyler. Hey, man. Get your long-term deal. Might be the only time you get one. You're not Lamar Jackson. As much as you want to be, you're not. And again, I've said this before, and I'll say it again. I don't think that Cliff Kingsbury is the guy for the job. I'm not necessarily not sold on Kyler Murray. I'm not sold on Cliff Kingsbury. Because he's a punk-ass bitch. Let's talk a little bit about these QBs. Let's talk about it. I said, let's talk about it. Talking about the QBs. The QB market is crazy. All right, QB market is fucking insane. I love it. First off, these Colts, these very Colts that are on my jersey right here, are trying to potentially send Carson Wentz out the door. It says it's been 1 year. We didn't make the playoffs. See ya. Get out. I don't buy that. I don't subscribe to that theory that Carson Wentz is trash. I actually like Carson Wentz a good bit. And I actually thought Carson Wentz was a really good fit for them and did really well for them. But no, they did not win. Yes, he did screw the pooch at the end of the season. Rumor has it that they might get traded to the Washington Commanders. Send him there. Send his ass to Denver. Aaron Rodgers is not going to Denver. Aaron Rodgers is staying in Green Bay. I've already said it 50 times on this podcast alone, let alone the fact that Aaron Rodgers will not leave Green Bay. Send Carson Wentz to Denver or Washington. I'm about it. I really think that either way, he is in a place to succeed. That's my personal feelings. Carson Wentz, Denver, Washington. I guess COMM. Commies. I'm just kidding. Commanders. Washington Commanders. Figure out what their little cell number is. WASH. Russell Wilson. Likely not going to get traded. I don't think he's going to get traded, honestly. I think one team will make a big push. A la, Jimmy G. Jimmy G's a trade target, too. I don't think Russell's going to get traded. I think Deshaun Watson will get traded. Where, I don't know, too. Tampa Bay, maybe. Likely. Tampa Bay. Yeah. There's Mariota. There's Winston. Minshew. Is Kyler Murray going to get traded? No. Kyler Murray's not going to get traded. He's not going anywhere. They're going to exercise his option next year, and he ain't going nowhere. Will Jimmy G get traded? Now, should he and will he are two different things. He should get traded. Will he get traded? I don't know. If Trey Lance is not ready as they say he is, then no, fuck it, dude. Trade Jimmy G. Trade him. Get him out of there. And I'll tell you why. The Niners are in a position to start a rookie quarterback and not worry about his confidence being shaken as much. You put a rookie quarterback behind the Bears line or the Lions line or the Jets line, and they struggle and they wonder why and what they did wrong. Justin Fields, Zach Wilson. What the issue is their confidence. Now, Trey Lance has played a couple of games. He has started games. I trade Jimmy G. If I'm the Niners, I trade Jimmy G. I get whatever the hell I can get for him. First round pick, second round pick. Might get a second and a fourth. Second and a fourth, that's fair to me. I mean, or second and a fifth. I trade Jimmy G. I start Trey Lance because my offensive line is too damn good. The running game is very good. My offensive line is very good, and my defense is very good. And those things can help him progress. A poor offensive line, Justin Fields. What are you going to do? What are you going to do with Justin Fields? You can't do anything. That's a problem. Is Justin Fields is kind of a running-ish quarterback, but what Justin Fields' issue is that he don't have any help. And next year he's really not going to have any help because he's only going to have a running back and no wide receivers because Allen Robinson is gone. Shut up. The deuces. I'm out. Because he's gone. He's not coming back. So, send Jimmy G to Chicago. I'm just kidding. Send Jimmy G to Washington, likely. It's been a rumored destination. You know where you send Jimmy G to? Where do you send Jimmy G to? You know what I'm thinking. Where do you send Jimmy G to? I'm gonna write it right here, and I'm gonna say it out loud. Send Jimmy G to Pittsburgh. Send Jimmy G to Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh Steelers need a quarterback. Mason Rudolph is a piece of shit. And he also got knocked out by his own helmet, which I still think is hilarious. It might be terrible, but Myles Garrett hit him good. And honestly, I thought it was hysterical. Send Jimmy G to Pittsburgh. Yep. That's what I would do. And I'd put Trey Lance behind that amazing offensive line that the 49ers have with George Kittle and company, Deebo Samuel. And I would murk teams. Send Jimmy G to Pittsburgh. Send Carson Wentz to Washington. I like it. I'm about it. Jameis Winston re-signed in New Orleans. And who's going to give Gardner Minshew a job? You know who I'm thinking? Who am I thinking of? Who's gonna give Gardner Minshew a job? Who just traded their quarterback away? Who just traded their quarterback away? Indy. Send Minshew to Indy. Let's do it. On that note, guys, I'm about to get out of here. I'm gonna catch y'all in about a couple of days. Next episode will be on Friday morning. We'll catch y'all then.